features Emmanuel Mosley. He had no picks a week ago, but plenty of stops. 9 of them to be exact. It's the Commanders and the Eagles, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
Just north of the Delaware Expressway and east of Broad Street, we find ourselves at Lincoln Financial Field in South Philly. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they interplay here. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
But meanwhile, for the visiting Commanders, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column. Two 1-2 teams, each hoping to get back to 500, and we're underway in week 4. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. They'll be led out by a former first-rounder in his 4th year now out of Utah State, Jordan Love.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Love. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They give him 16 yards there, and it's a Washington first down. First carry now for Joshua Kelly, the former Brewer. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 5. They'll go again with Kelly. Fights loose. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for, setting the tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. Kelly on the counter. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Off the play fake, Love. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
That looked great when he first took off because, in my mind, there was room to run, and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with this 4th down call.
McPherson's kick is good, and it's 3-0 Washington. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. And bringing them out is the top pick in the 2018 draft, fiery competitor from Oklahoma, Baker Mayfield.
And he's a guy who plays with a lot of emotion. He's learned how to channel it really positively because when he throws the football downfield and makes a big play, he'll be the first guy downfield to celebrate with you. But also when his team needs that confidence, when they need that jolt, they turn to him, and he's ready to provide it.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Mayfield to throw it. There's a short throw taken in by Bryant. That one a first down pickup of 8. The Eagles are 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. They got off to the good start, but then 2 straight losses since.
And now you start to wonder about what this does for a team's morale, how it affects their psyche, because let's face it, you worked all summer pointing toward that opening game, you get the win, but then you don't carry it on from there. How will they bounce back from these losses and try and get right?
They'll run on first down with Singletary. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. And now off to the races down the right side. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one 28 yards on the ground. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that. The nickel look, 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then, you take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
He finds Douglas complete. And they're into the end zone, but it's not verified yet. Hold on, there is a flag down. A costly penalty there. A lineman got downfield, and for the moment, that cost him 6 points. Mayfield down. And his throw is incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Mayfield. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. To throw, Mayfield. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Calvin Ridley, his first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first quarter lead. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball, because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Prater for the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, something like that.
And that's just a solid, good physical run there as he motors for 9 yards. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while, because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They'll try to run for it with Kelly. Well, they needed 2. They could only get 1. Fourth down.
I know the speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now on fourth down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. Singletary to get the drive started. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. The tackle by Matthew Ioannidis. Now a 2nd and 10. Throwing, Mayfield. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Kelly. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Well, on the 40 now. Here's a 2nd and 9. Here's Love. He'll leave it for Kelly, complete. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And now we've got a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Love with it here, 3rd and short yardage. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
Now we've got whistles here before the snap, and I believe this is going to be on Washington. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. A false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. To pass, here's Jordan Love. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Going back to Love. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 33 yards that time. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll give up the middle to Kelly. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They'll keep it in the hands of Kelly. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Well, Aaron Donald just so strong they can't block him, and he records the sack. On for the field goal now is Evan McPherson. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. McPherson's kick is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. So here are the Eagles to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. On first down, they'll start out with Singletary. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Mayfield. And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of the first at the 32. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
And defensively, they had an extra defensive back on the field, their nickel package, and it made a difference. All the receivers were blanketed, so he tried to run for it, but he came up just a bit short.
Riley Dixon now to punt it away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 59 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? He brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
From the 43, here's 2nd down and 8. To throw now, here's Love. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. And in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. On 3rd down, Love. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
On is the punter, Johnston now, as he sends this one away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. In motion right is Ridley. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Here now a 3rd down and 8. Now Mayfield. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Give him 30 yards there.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
A 1st down throw from Mayfield. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
I like what they tried to do there. They didn't get a completed pass downfield, but they came up with a momentum play. Big-time gain on the previous snap. Came right back and threw one deep, hoping to catch him on their heels.
And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. The Eagles on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Mayfield looks to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 32-yard line. 12 yards on third down as the drive rolls on. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Singletary, they'll go up the middle. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down. Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. A false start backs them up 5. 1st and 15. Mayfield off the play fake. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Jonathan Abram picks it. And the Commanders are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
They'll start the drive here with an end around. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Love looking to throw it. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. Throwing, Love. He'll find Reynolds over the middle. And he's going to have a Commander's first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2. Love. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
On 1st and 10, Love. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Now Love. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Now a timeout called for by the offense. First down going to the air with Love. As they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now the Commanders going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here. From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
McPherson's kick is good, and they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Final play of the half, Mayfield. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They give him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
So we have reached halftime here in a tight 2-point contest. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as we say goodbye to September and take a look around the NFL here on this first day of October. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
And he returns this to the 22. Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is thank their defense for keeping them in this game. And, you know, I think the defense is saying back to them, why don't you guys focus on getting some first downs, put some drives together, give us a little bit of a break here. If we can get some rest, we'll play even better for you. And, oh, by the way, pay off a few of those drives with some points, too.
Right back to Singletary on 2nd down. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here. Over 20 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot. And they connected there and picked up a first down.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They'll run out of the gun with Singletary. And he's going to get this one down to the 45.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level. Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. So here is Washington now to take over. They're trying to get back on track following the loss to Buffalo a week ago. But the good news, they've got the lead right now here in the football 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. The tackle made by Landon Roberts. 2nd and 10. A toss left side for Carter. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Able to shake him off. Shedding the tackle and gives him some room. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Washington. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Mayfield. And he rifles one incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
A 2nd down throw for Mayfield. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Baron Browning from his outside linebacker spot gets him down there for a loss of 4. And 6 DBs on the field for Washington on 3rd down. Throwing, Mayfield. And he's going to go down again. Give the sack to Lorenzo Carter.
Even keeping the back end for extra protection on 3rd down, they still couldn't prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Here comes the Commanders' offense back onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
This is 2nd and 8. Here's Love. And that's too tall for his receiver. It's incomplete.
Let's phrase this delicately, okay? Might have had a better option instead of throwing the football to double coverage.
He was blanketed. I was surprised that he went his direction.
Yeah, should have thought maybe about the check down, take the completion, keep moving.
And Love is going to slide down and pick up the first. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down. They run up the gut with Kelly. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 70 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. A give up the middle to Carter. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Switching things up, they'll throw it now with Jordan Love. Man open, here is Crowder. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That's good for 28 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Someone moved. Flag is out. That's going to be 5 yards.
And that'll drive coaches crazy. You work all week on dealing with loud crowds, on dealing with motion, and then you have a guy jump.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. That false start knocks them back behind the 10 now as they'll try again. 1st and goal. A give left side. Kelly. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. About a half yard from the end zone, 3rd and goal. Carter diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown. So the 2nd down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
Evan McPherson for the extra point. And that makes it a 9-point game. That time, a 9-play drive. And it was Michael Carter who finished it all off with a touchdown run. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Fighting through pressure, and he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. Play fake. Mayfield. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Again, it's Kelly. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. This offense on 3rd down today, they're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 14. And the ball comes out. Love lost it. Oh, one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Partner, that would look like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. They trail by 2 scores in the 4th, and their defense did its job getting the fumble recovery. Time to see what this offense has left in the tank. Mayfield now after the fumble recovery. A quick throw going to be caught by Diggs. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. He'll find Diggs once more on the completion. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
For every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try to get the ball back again.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. This 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Singletary going to get the handoff. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
A 19-yard attempt.
Prater's kick is good. And the deficit trimmed to 6 now at 16-10. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And no chance to get away as they'll get it down at about the 17-yard line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. Here's 2nd and 10. Again, this is Callan. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. 83 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Here's 3rd and 3. They'll run with Carter. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Working out of the gun. Love. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. And that one results in 35 yards.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
Love now to pass on 1st down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And when you're in a one-score game in the 2nd half, now's not the time to force the football into places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Play fake. Here's Love. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 29-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. Well, clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
Off the play fake, Love. Nowhere to turn here, he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on second down. Love going to keep it on the option. And a lot of talent on this Eagle defense, and you've seen it on these last 2 plays, both losses. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. To pass, here's Jordan Love. A throw out wide going to be incomplete. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down. Here's Cameron Johnston now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. They'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4 on 2nd down. Now a 2nd and 6.
Now 2nd and 6 at the 5-yard line.
They go play action. Mayfield. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a 1-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
And they'll get him down up past the 15. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Well, there you go. Said your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter. Picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Javon Kinlaw able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the 1st down marker. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. Mayfield down. That is caught. And they're going to get this beyond the 30 before it's taken down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people call it gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
This defense has been so stingy all game long. No reason to think it's suddenly going to open up now. They took their shot, but this, like many others, falls incomplete.
Meanwhile, Mayfield's throw taken in by Diggs. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 44-yard line. Mayfield trying to get him up to the line as fast as he can. Mayfield. Got him in. Here it's Bryant. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Here's Baker. And that one nearly intercepted. That would have sealed it. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Now Mayfield. And his throw here is incomplete.
Give him credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Was this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? But Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against the front that's prepared for him to try and take off.
Here now, 2nd and goal. Mayfield to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. What a play. Maybe a game-saving play on the knockdown there.
That was beautiful, wasn't it? If you're looking at it from the defense's perspective, they looked like they had a shot at it. Maybe a completion. Ball gets knocked away. Can they rise up and do it again?
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. And that is caught. Touchdown. And they're an extra point away from taking the lead here in the final minute. Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's calling up the defense to make sure they're focused, because they still have some work to do?
Now Prater to add the PAT. It's up and good, and they take the lead by a point, 17-16. That drive, a long one, spanning 15 plays. And it's Calvin Ridley who finishes it off with a touchdown reception. Now Washington down 17-16, a little under 40 seconds to go. And they need about 35 yards to get in range for a winner as they come up on 1st down. Love. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Love's throw into the hands of Peoples-Jones. The Commanders going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Now Love. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. A costly sack. They'll have to use a timeout here. And barring a defensive penalty, they'll be looking at one final play. This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 26. It was a long shot, but they did get one final chance to try to score and overcome this small deficit. No touchdown there, Charles. And that brings this one to a close.
Yeah, I think Hope was wearing one jersey and Worry was wearing another on the other sideline as that final snap played out. Now, we've seen some incredible plays to win games before, but in this case, I think the distance was just a little bit too great for it to happen here.
So for Philadelphia, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for Washington, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against the Chicago Bears. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.